Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disqualified. I'm Trevin, joined as always by Caleb.
Hola!
And Zach is behind the camera.
Hello.
And we're here to talk about Monday Night Raw, but doing some bit of housekeeping beforehand. You can't really see it, but we have straightened up this space of ours. We can actually move around and do shit now. It actually brings a new vibe and energy.
Yeah.
At least to me, because it
Zach,
just looks so much
Zach
better.
is no longer trapped behind a bunch of tables and cords.
I have a table myself now.
Yes, Zach is producer. We even got a monitor for him to pull stuff up on.
Yeah.
But Gordon stole the cord for it, so we don't have the monitor today.
Gordon!
But we move along,
Yep.
just like we are moving along on the road to WrestleMania.
Yep.
This time we are stopping in Brussels, Germany, for the Belgium, sorry. Brussels, Belgium. I don't know why. Brussels, Germany just, I guess, sounds better because BB. I don't know. But, so, yeah, we are here in Brussels. It is their first time hosting a WWE event, or at least a live event.
Yee.
But, yeah, we move along. And we open the show with something that we were all waiting for. It is John Cena. With no new stuff.
Nope.
He comes out
Yep.
and he cuts I want to say 15-minute long promo, pretty much.
Yes. He takes his time just letting the crowd react, and then he just gets right at him at saying, "This is all your fault. For 25 years, I gave my heart and soul. I gave and gave and gave, and y'all just took, booed, took again, booed some more."
Yeah, he said, for 25 years, I have been the victim in a toxic relationship. He said, I tried to give you everything, and I was good for a little bit. He's like, when I came in, you hated me, and you told me you hated me. So then I changed myself, and you liked me just for a little bit. You liked me, and then you hated me. So then I reinvented myself, and I worked hard like I do, and then I won, and 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 you just hated it, and you hated me. So then I gave 10 years of giving everything I could to the business, and you hated it. He said, and then I thought I would come back, try to get along with you guys one last time for this monumental moment of where I'm actually doing what you want me to walk away. And it was good for 2 seconds, like it always is, and then you turned it sour.
Yep.
And people were saying it felt like he needed to get this off his chest.
He just let it out. And he just says, and just like anybody should do with a toxic relationship, I'm ending it. I'm breaking up with you. I'm breaking up with you and everyone else here and around the world. We're done. And then we hear...
Wait, real quick. How many minutes are we in real quick?
3, about to be 4.
John Cena really said, fuck them kids. He literally said, you and you and you and that kid right there, I'm done with you. And then they cut to a kid, and this kid looked like he was about to fucking cry. But yeah, then we hear, doom doom. America. Wrestling has more than one royal family. And here comes one Sir Cody Rhodes.
Yup. And he walks down, hugs a bunch of crowd members, walks into that ring, grabs a mic, and just stares John Cena in the face and tells him, "Shut up."
Mm-hmm. And then Cena says, listen, kid.
And Cody, not even letting him get another word, just says, "Enough!
Enough!
Yep, he says...
Because you're telling a grown-ass 40-year-old man, listen, kid.
Yep, he says, "It's not kid. It's WWE champion."
Yeah, and,
Standing on business.
and then Cody just looks at him and he says, who the hell are you?
Yep.
He says, where's the guy on the shirt?
Yep.
That's the guy I want to face at Mania.
That's the dude who I shook hands after Elimination Chamber
Mhm.
with.
He said, he said, you do what you got to do, but make sure when it comes to Mania, I'm facing this dude because I don't want to face this whiny bitch. And then he walks out.
Yep.
And Cena just stares at him.
Yep.
Doesn't say anything.
I commented on this during Cena's promo as well. For someone who in kayfabe sold his soul, I commented earlier, his eyes look exactly like that, soulless. Like there is no light in them, there is no emotion at all. He is just a husk that is there doing whatever.
Put some respect on my GOAT. He knows how to act.
Yep.
Second best wrestler turned actor. Sorry, Dwayne, you're 4. I'm gonna put Punk above you, just to spite you.
I'm gonna put Seth Rollins above him.
For his Sharknado performance.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rock, that mean. No, Mick Foley's been in a horror movie.
6.
You're 6 now.
Batista #1, I assume.
Definitely. Batista can act his ass off, bro.
Yeah.
I do not move. They cannot see me.
That's an amazing role. His role in Knock at the Cabin.
Yep.
He's just a great actor in general.
The range.
The range of this man.
Yes.
But yeah, that was this segment. I just want to say right now, they are starting the heel turn right. He said we're not getting music or new look because you idiots dress like me. I don't dress like you.
Yep.
He said you're not getting new music because I refuse to get that trebled. That's not what he said. He said that's my music, that's my words, that's my voice on that track, and you're not taking that from me.
Yep.
Your time is up, and my time is now. But yeah, this is perfect. This is what I like. A justified heel. And he also said he's not babyface. He's not heel.
He's a human
He's
being.
a human being. So, yeah, he said he gave everything. He even gave up his principles. And they still didn't agree with it. And they still don't like him. So, yeah, I really love what they're doing with Cena.
Yep.
Right now, the only way they can mess this up, they have him lose. But we don't have to wait long to see these fellas back talking because we will see them next week in good old Glasgow.
Yep.
Is it Glasgow or is it Glasgow?
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Glasgow,
Okay.
yeah.
Glasgow, Scotland. Yep.
Yep.
Hey, I think that's going to be a good show.
Yes. I do also like how this promo is like Cody's promos before getting this face to face were selling this match, but now that they actually had this face to face, it feels like a battle of wills.
Hey, so it's so weird because we're gonna get to this feud later on in the show when we get there, but this is how you book a WrestleMania title feud. I think this is how you do it. With the World Heavyweight Championship match, I'm not feeling the gravitas that it's supposed to be, because I think about it like this. When it comes to both of the Elimination Chamber winners, there's more hype for their matches than the Rumble winners.
Yup.
And that is the reverse of what it's supposed to be. It's the chamber matches like, okay, you're there, you get a match. Drew and Seth, they made it worth something.
Yep.
Mainly because Drew was the only Raw rep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really weird how, I mean, it's not weird because look at the people involved in these feuds. With the women's chamber match, you have Io, Bianca, and Rhea.
Yep.
So that's hype right there. It's just weird that Charlotte and Tiffy isn't, at least not with U.S. crowds, clicking as it should be. But these international crowds, they are putting the fucking U.S. crowds to shame.
Yup.
Because they're so loud, they're so full of energy because it's rare that we get to see these, that they get to see these people. And, yeah.
Yep.
But, hey, I'm hyped for this.
Yep.
But now going into our first match of the night, which is Zach?
Dakota Kai.
Dakota Kai?
No,
Ivy
it
Nile.
was the
Oh, it was Penta.
Yeah, no holds barred.
They
Sorry.
do not have this card in order. Damn it, Google.
No, it's all good. But it was no holds barred Penta versus Ludwig Kaiser.
Yeah,
It was all right.
yeah.
It was, funnily enough, kind of the first boring Penta match.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because Ludwig wrestles such a slow style compared to Penta.
Yeah. I also feel like it being no holds bars, the only weapon we saw were 2 chairs get brought in, but only one of them being used.
Yeah, and then the other high spot was a back body drop onto a table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it didn't need the stipulation,
No.
mainly because the chair only took place in like 2 spots.
Yeah.
But we do see Penta pick up the win, so his singles undefeated streak still stands.
Yep.
He then cuts a promo
Yes.
after the match. And he is talking about how he's ready to look past Kaiser. He's ready to look on to bigger and better things. And that means Intercontinental Championship.
Yep. He's fiending for the IC title now.
What was that you said? Fiend? No, sorry. No Travis Scott tonight.
No.
No Travis Scott. But yeah, he is fiending for that championship. But this is not the last we'll see of Penta tonight.
Nope.
We will see him in like 2 other spots tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 other spots tonight.
Yeah. But also kind of speaking of Penta and the IC championship, we cut to the Judgment Day Clubhouse.
Yeah, so we see Carlito doing some graffiti. No Carlito's comment yet. This will happen at the end of the segment, don't worry. But we see Liv and Raquel talking, and you can see the welts on Liv Morgan's side from her house show match with Rhea. But yeah, so Finn comes in, and he is just really excited. He is agreeing with everything that they're saying. He's like, Liv, you're going to do so well against Jade Cargill next year. She's just going to be in the stop on the revenge tour.
Yep.
And then Raquel, you're going to dominate Lyra. You're going to win
Yep.
the IC belt.
And then Dom walks in.
And Dom says, hey, look, I've been talking with people. You know, since JD went down, we've been missing some muscle, which is funny because when I look at everyone in the Judgment Day and I see JD,
I don't think muscle.
you're the muscle? But
I thought Carlito was the muscle.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
At least for the
But-
men's division, I thought he was the muscle.
Yeah. But Dom is like, so I've been conversing around, and I'm wondering if we could get Penta to join the Judgment Day.
No, he didn't say, I'm wondering if we could. He's like, I'm thinking I'm going to get Penta. And how the fuck are you going to get Penta?
Yeah. But Finn's demeanor completely shifts, being like, Penta, the dude who just announced he's coming after my Intercontinental title.
Yep, and he calls Dom a snake. And he leaves. He smacks the wall and he leaves. And now is your Carlito comment of the night. He looks at Dom and he says, do you even watch the show? And thus ends the segment.
Yup.
But yeah, now we go into, is it Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile?
Yes. I believe so.
My match card is not in order. Don't ask
Yeah, I
me.
believe it's Dakota Kai and Ivy Nile.
It is.
Yep. And so Dakota Kai is making her entrance when we get back from this little clubhouse segment. And after she makes her entrance, we see a rogue, Chad Gable, run down to the ring. And he's like, sorry, I'm late. And it's like, the show started like an hour ago
Yeah, no.
at this point. But,
The Cena Rhodes promo took a decent chunk of the first hour.
it took a half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a big dent in the card. But Chad Gable comes out to show support for Ivy Nile. He joins the Creed brothers, and what Trevor said, my Creed brothers in Christ, what are you wearing? Because they're back to wearing the overalls and the American Eagle button-up combo. But yeah, so we get into this match, and it's a pretty decent match. It's a pretty standard Dakota Kai Ivy Nile match.
And it's a quick one, too.
Yeah, very quick. Dakota Kai picks up the win after LWO comes out and jumps the Creed brothers because they have a match later on tonight. And then they start chasing down Chad Gable because he is number one suspect for who this masked luchador is.
Who is El Americano?
They did copyright, I think, Grande Americano.
Yeah.
So I think that might be the luchador's name going forward. They haven't dropped it on TV yet, so we can't say what it is yet. But we can only speculate that Grande Americano is going to be the luchador.
Yep. But now,
And I'm loving it.
yep. But now, a very important event, your WrestleMania title match contract signing between Io Sky and Bianca Belair.
Yeah, and this is pretty standard.
Yep.
Io Sky says that Rhea's not going to disrespect her anymore. Bianca's not going to disrespect her anymore. No one's going to disrespect her anymore.
Foreshadowing.
Cause I am now your world champion, and after WrestleMania, I will still be your world champion. Signs.
And Bianca says, you know what? I'm going to let what you did last week slide because we were all doing some, the energy was all off, but you're not going to get away with slapping me again this week if you do. And I'm going to win at the end of WrestleMania, and I'll be your women's world champion. She signs. And then, of course, like clockwork, this is my brutality.
And she comes a running.
Yeah, and she comes down. Adam Pearce is like, get some referees. I am really hating how they're booking Rhea Ripley for this, mainly
Yeah.
because the first promo she gave after her loss was such
It was such
an
good.
amazing promo.
Yes, it was such good character development. She is alone for the first time in a while since coming to the main roster. This is literally like, this is good character development. But no.
Yeah, then they do a 180, and then she comes out. She's like, well, look, I'm only out here because you were out at my match last week, so I'm just here to watch. And thus starts the brawl because EO moves the table, tries to get in between them to get a word in, and Bianca pushes EO to the ground, and Rhea sees the opportunity and headbutt.
Yup.
Bianca goes onto the table,
Aussie kiss.
and EO runs up on Rhea trying to get a hit in, kick to the gut, powerbomb onto Bianca, and the table does not break, so
Yep.
that had to be uncomfortable.
Ow.
And
But-
Rhea, seeing the contract on the ground, picks it up and signs it. And then leaves with the contract.
Yep. She's like, my name's on it. It's a legal document.
Yep. And goes to the back. And
Yep.
we'll just cut to the aftermath of this. So
Yep.
the second half of this segment sees Rhea with Pierce in the background saying, my name's on it. It's a legal document. Put me in the match. And this is the third time now in weeks that Rhea has been called a child.
Yeah.
Once by Charlotte, once by Bianca, and now by Adam Pearce.
Yeah.
So I think they're going with that she doesn't know what to do. She's still acting childish. For people that are worried that she's winning at Mania, she is not.
No.
She is most definitely not winning at Mania. This is as Trevin would say, a Rhea get humbled arc. She needs to get humbled because she feels like she is too dominant of a force to be
Pushed aside.
pushed aside. Like, she doesn't want to do anything unless she has the belt. And she needs to learn you can't always have gold.
She's
Yeah.
not Oba Femi.
Yeah, honestly, because Oba won his NXT title within his 10th match, I think.
Yeah, won the NA within the 10th
Yeah, not
of his career.
yeah, not like 10th match in NXT, his 10th match ever. But I think we see either Io or Bianca
Yeah,
walk out. Maybe they swerve us and they give us Rhea, but that would be really
bad.
not satisfying and bad. Like
No.
you need to have
Like
Rhea needs to go on to SmackDown. Move her to SmackDown because she hasn't touched that.
we get Rhea is a moneymaker. She gets the audience in whether she has gold or not, though. If you give us a compelling, she needs some character development story, like what you teased us with that after show promo, you're gonna still get the audience.
Yeah. Like I'm a big fan of Rhea, and I don't like seeing her booked too like strong. I hate seeing anyone booked too strong because it's like, what's the point? What point does this serve unless it's someone like who is young and an up and coming and a rising star like Oba, for example. It's better for him to get this experience now of being this world ender because when he gets up to the main roster, the likelihood that he's going to be able to go on that run is very unlikely. Maybe in the mid card run in the scene, but you're still contending with Gunther. You're going to be compared to Gunther.
Yes.
In NXT, you can be your own self, and you don't have to worry about kind of trimming down your size on the main roster.
I mean, I joke about it a little bit, but look at what's been happening with someone like Carmelo Hayes. He was a very prominent NXT figure back in NXT. Move him to SmackDown. I've said it plenty of times in previous episodes. He has dropped to jobber status.
Because it fits his... I think it fits his character, though, of being a cocky blue chip prospect. Because what was he, like... Wasn't he number one pick?
He was round one pick for SmackDown.
Yeah, so he is a round one pick. And he has all that confidence and ego floating in his head. Clouds your judgment. Makes you lose. You went on a losing streak. Now you went on a winning streak. But then you went and upset someone like Randy Orton. So now you're getting into actual experience. You lost your winning streak. Now I think you're going to get put into actual meaningful feuds.
He's gonna be put in the hospital.
He almost did because Randy almost punted his ass.
Yup.
But
he's like, you want to be prevalent? To AEW you go.
But yeah. So after Pierce gets the document back because he says, Rhea Ripley, give me the document back. And she goes, Adam Pierce, I'll give you the document back, but put me in the match. And he says, no, thank you, and leaves.
Yup.
Bianca comes up, gets her lick back, says, bitch, bah.
Yep.
Literally, bitch, bah.
Yep. And then Io also decides to get a lick back on both of them.
Rhea gets the upper hand because they start fighting amongst themselves. And Rhea throws Io into Adam Pierce's office door. Bianca into an equipment box nearby. And she leaves saying, don't tell me what to do because the referee is telling her to leave.
Yup.
And yep, very much getting added to this, making it a triple threat match at Mania.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what is next on our agenda?
Well, you brought up Gunther earlier. His opponent has a match against Mr. Austin Theory.
Yeah, and that took a little less than, let's say, like half of a ad segment for the U.S., which is like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
It took like a minute and a half for Jay to put away Austin Theory.
Yep.
With a spear.
1, 2, 3.
And it has been shared to death on Twitter already. He fails a dive to the outside.
Yeah.
My favorite one being Jey Uso is now in your city, and then him failing to dive as a gif. But yeah, so after this, Jay gets back into the ring. Gunther shows up. They get into a bit of a tizzy.
Yeah.
Jay grabs the belt.
Yep. For the first time since Gunther promised that he'll make these 10 weeks hell, Jay escapes the sleeper hold and puts the brakes on Gunther.
Yep, and no one's laying on their backs looking at the lights at the end of this segment.
Nope.
Jay just holds the belt, he raises it on the turnbuckle, and then throws it to Gunther.
Yeah.
And thus ends the segment.
Yeah. And I brought this up on our SmackDown review. Every segment I see Gunther, and he's looking more scared, being like, he's trying to like intimidate Jay out of this match. He's like, you know you can't do it, but every week, what he qualifies as jobber opponents, he's looking more terrified. And I brought this up back when he first won the championship of his Get Humbled arc is coming soon.
Yeah,
Okay.
and his Get Humbled arc is someone who decides to start their dive way too fucking early when he knows how to do that dive.
Yep. But it's funny because when he was the IC champion, he all of his defenses he won with a pin 1, 2, 3. 90% of his world defenses, he's had to put his opponent down, put him to sleep, which means, oh, my opponents are getting more difficult. They're getting better, stronger. I am not the dominant man I was back with the IC belt.
Yeah, because you definitely scale up in difficulty of
Yep.
opponents.
Yeah, there was fear in his eyes back in his Axiom match on Friday.
Oh yeah, because Axiom put in that work. And how refreshing was it for him to have 2 really good back-to-back matches, and how boring was it for him not to have a fucking match tonight? You could have easily replaced this Jey Uso match with a Gunther match.
Yep.
Very easily.
Yep. But Jay next week will run it in a tag match against A-Town with a surprise partner. I put money on Jimmy because it's his bro, but you brought up since it's in Glasgow, Scotland,
Say his name?
and he appears.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I thought you were going to say Drew McIntyre.
No.
Because it's Scotland.
Drew McIntyre helping out Jey Uso? You're a fucking comedian. We
Yep.
should book you an open mic.
But yeah, Scotland native, and a great way to keep advertising that TNA collab.
It would be funny. I think if anything, it might be Sammy. But we don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Joe. I really think it's going to be Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if it was The Rock.
Jeez.
The Rock just comes out for a tag match against A-Town Down Under.
Oh boy. But speaking of tag matches.
Yeah, so is this
The Creed Brothers versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am upset. Rey Mysterio's not in his baggy pants. He is
No.
back to these stupid ass, fuck ass tights. And the worst part is the top. You have
His mask and his sleeve things. Yellow.
black, red, yellow. And this is why I thought it was Germany for a second.
Yes. His boots.
Neon fucking green. Like the shitty Atlanta Hawks uniforms that they used to have. Like, it was highlighter yellow, pretty much. Fuck.